I really look for the kind of the details, the way that light catches a leaf, or the way that grasses sway and rustle in the breeze. As a garden designer, that's what I'm really looking for, those immaculate details. The soul of a garden, the kind of atmosphere that encapsulates the feeling and the spirit and the essence of the place. And I think what really attracted Yeo Valley and me to work together was the idea of having a message or a theme or an idea as a kind of core concept to a show garden. I love it here in the birch grove. It's so calming, so peaceful, the sound of the wind in the trees. It's just really meditative and calm and peaceful. This here is the garden design. This is a 3D model that shows the space and gives you an idea and a flavour. The back of the garden here is a woodlandy area inspired by this birch grove. So that's going to give you dapple light, it's going to give you the kind of glowing white bark. And in the middle of that woodland is this egg-shaped oak hide. So you can get inside here, winch yourself up and have an elevated view of the garden. As you move through the space, there's a stream that kind of connects the different spaces. So the design inspiration really comes from the different areas, the woodland area, the streams that run through the site, and also the wider Somerset landscape, you know, the kind of Mendip Hills, the really kind of natural feeling of this area and this garden. So the really special thing about this garden and the garden at Chelsea Flower Show is the organic ethos that underpins everything. People think of organic, they think wild, scruffy, messy, or they think food production. But this garden here is a really good example of an ornamental garden that is organically certified, and it is stunningly beautiful. And that is through the hard work and graft of Sarah Mead, who's the head gardener and the founder of this garden here at Yeo Valley.
So come and have a look at this, Tom. This border's got a bit crazy, but I quite like it. We've been here for a really long time. The family's farmed for hundreds of years, and we've been farming here organically for just 26 years, and the garden has been in the centre of the farm, and so therefore it made absolute sense, a no-brainer, that we should make the garden organic as well.
This is the compost area of the garden. So this is really the engine room of the organic garden.
We've got some really, really, really good stuff here. Look at that. There's a lot of worms in here. The principle of organic gardening is to get your soil really, really healthy, and then the plants or the vegetables that you put into that soil will benefit innumerably. They'll be tougher, they'll be stronger, and they'll be far more resilient. Here we go, Tom. Look. So pleased with it.
Nice. That is compost plus grit plus biochar. Biochar is charcoal, basically, which is then incorporated into the compost as a kind of a really good way to improve the soil, to help its water retention, to retain nutrient. The biochar will feature in the Chelsea garden as these kind of palisade walls of charred logs that sweep through the design. So this is what biochar looks like once it comes out of the kiln. So as you can see, it actually really catches the light nicely. It's going to create a really interesting structural, kind of artistic feature running through the garden. This is rain, yeah, this is Somerset. This is probably what it's going to be like at September in Chelsea. This royal fan here, Osmunda regalis, looking really nice actually. The team have done a great job. They've got some fresh growth there, and these might even be taking on some autumn colour by September. So we're really hopeful that some of these plants will actually make it into the final show garden. I'm not saying the garden's not going to be good, you know, we're going for a gold medal, but it just becomes secondary. You know, the first and foremost, most important thing is that we are growing all the plants organically, and that comes with a much higher risk. Not everyone's got the space or the time or the money to go for full organic certification. What we're trying to say is that small steps, small changes, if everyone makes a small difference, that will equate to a big change.
Tom, what a lovely garden. It looks like, especially with the light just coming through the grasses and the Rebecca's over there. It's brilliant. But yeah, we've just seen you at Yeo Valley and, you know, putting the garden together. There's quite a lot of different elements I guess you have to try and include into the design here. How easy is that?
I mean, it's not necessarily easy, but there's so much inspiration there. It's, you know, you've got things like the stream, you've got the charred logs, you've got all the different planting, the grasses, the birches, the birch grove, those amazing. Yeah. So it's kind of taking little pockets of inspiration from that garden and translating it into my own take on that.
Yeah, but you've got to edit stuff out, I guess, as well as put stuff in.
Yeah, you've only got 10 by 15 metres, so it's not a huge space. So it's it's all about taking the highlights and then kind of reinterpreting that and creating an organic feeling space.
Yeah, I saw that there's those huge compost areas. I'm a bit jealous. That is serious composting going on there.
Yeah.
But an organic garden, how easy is it for people to have a beautiful garden like this and be fully organic?
I think the thing is, it's just about being more patient. So it's not about rushing, it's not about seeing a pest or a disease and just blitzing it with chemicals. It's about being kinder to your garden and just thinking, you know, if you go away, if you leave it for a bit, some predator's going to come and eat those aphids, or something else is going to... We've got a lizard actually living on the garden in the logs over there. So, you know, if you create a garden that is kind to the environment, encourages biodiversity, that in itself is an organic principle, and that will start to help the garden develop an ecosystem.
Yeah, but you've also obviously thought about the planting, the design of it. I mean, once you've got that basis, you can put anything you want in, right, plant-wise, really.
Yeah, I think that's it. Organic doesn't just refer to fruit and veg. Organic refers to a principle and practice. So a simple organic principle is just to cut out the use of chemical pesticides or fertilizers. You know, make your own comfrey tea or use seaweed, or, you know, minimize your plastic use, recycle your plastic pots, conserve water. All these principles are simple principles that anyone can take. So if everyone takes small steps, it leads to big change.
Yeah, well, this is inspirational. You got a gold medal, Tom. Congratulations, fantastic achievement. I know you're trying to get me and Monty in your egg at some point this week. We will come back, we will get in there.
I think you've got to, Joe.
Well done.
Cheers, thank you.